Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here on this Monday morning, starting off a big week here. All kind of different things going on. We'll talk about that later, but let's take a look at our weather first, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. Works all over the county. He's based there in Southport, my hometown. Okay, let's move on. High today is going to be right at 91. Low is going to be 79. Water temperature at the end of the pier in the Gulf right at 81 degrees. Monday, let's take a look at our Monday moon phases brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola. We're looking 1 week away from the full moon. Today, we're looking, it's waxing up pretty strong this week. Going to be really building up, so it's going to be a good situation there. Also, taking a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Not in tides today. We're in neap tides, and this month there's only like 3 days of neap tides, and today's one of them. But it's building up for the weekend. If you want to wait and go on strong tidal flow for the weekend, we can do that. We're going to be coming out of west-southwest at about 8 to 10. We got some guests here, so we want to take a quick break and come right back. Okay, welcome back, folks, and welcome to our guests. We have Josh and Aaron this morning, so welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
You see, of course, you can figure out where they work and all, so we're going to get into that. They're doing some good things, and it's just great to have them on, and we're going to let them sort of talk a little bit about it. So, Josh, y'all tell us a little bit about yourself real quick and what you got in the Forester Service. What made you get in the Forester Service?
So just being on the outdoors. I just always enjoy being out in nature, in the woods and such, and then fire, you throw that on top of it. Yeah. Can't beat it.
Well, Aaron, I know you're from the Niceville area originally,
yes,
so you're right here in the Florida Panhandle. So now, you got a unique. First of all, you got to tell folks who your pawpaw is.
My pawpaw is Greg Williams.
Okay, Williams Gun and Pond. They've been a sponsor forever. He comes on with the Shriners all the time. Does all this good work with the Shriners. But tell the story of how you got into the Forestry Service.
Me and them was burning one day, and it got out and started burning the woods, and a fellow that works with us, Andy Cobb, had to come plow it out. And I said, I think that's what I want to do. So.
What an inspiration to get into a career to start like that. I know your grandpa got a kick out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to move on. We've had the Forestry Service here. They're good about coming on, telling us all kind of things, but y'all are doing some good projects and all. First of all, what's y'all's responsibility with the Forest Service?
So I'm a wildland firefighter. We're both wildland firefighters. But on top of that, we both work at a state forest, separate state forests, and you got to take care of maintaining the roads and in the entire state forest.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And on top of that, you got the control burning too. Mm-hmm. So we do a bunch of that, and then you add Operation Outdoor Freedom on top of it. So we got plenty of
Operation Outdoor Freedom.
Yes,
we know about that, and that's why we really got them here to talk about. So all kind of things going on. So tell us. Let's go with you first, okay? Because we got something coming up pretty soon. Okay.
Okay. So here at the Florida Forest Service, we're set to host the 5th annual Operation Outdoor Freedom Run at the Point Washington State Forest. It's an outdoor event that helps fund for fishing and hunting for these veterans that have been who've had service-connected disabilities from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs or who are Purple Heart recipients. So the trail run is at Point Washington at the Eastern Lake Trailhead. We've got 3 different distances that you can run or walk. It's 3.5 mile, 6 mile, 11 mile through some of the most prestigious parts of the forest out there.
Well, it's just a beautiful walk itself. I mean, yes, it's beautiful. Looking back at it, if you want to walk on, it's just $25 entrance fee.
Yeah, it's okay. 25, 35, and 45. Yes, sir.
Okay,
3 different.
Yeah, right there. Okay, if you want to walk through it, that's a great loop on that lake trail.
Oh, yeah.
Then the 6 mile loop's on the same thing, and then the 11 mile loop. So the big thing about it, this money goes to help your cause, which is
the money will go to helping with the events as far as the food. It'll pay for the food or any other supplies that we'll need for the event.
Okay, we got to. They're going to call me later, but we're doing important stuff right here.
Yeah.
Now, how long ago? This is the fifth one you've been doing, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
how's the other turnout? Been pretty good participation, hasn't it?
It's been okay. I mean, this year we're looking at a lot more participation as we just continue to grow. COVID kind of slowed us down a little bit a couple years back or 3 years back, however long it's been now. You lose that track. But we're making some head steam on it, and we're getting the community behind it.
And okay, and what time do they show up?
So 7:30 is the original start time for the 11 milers, and then it's in 15-minute increments going from there that we do start times.
That's cool. What a great day to. I mean, great way to.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful on out there. Typically, is a great time. We have switched it up from the winter time or the fall time into the summertime, but it seems to work out a lot better this way.
Yeah, go early. It'd be okay if you get in there early.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't want to do that about the middle of the day.
No, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to run out there in the middle of the day.
I always think about you guys in the summertime when I see these forest fires. About it's so hot anyway, and then y'all are fighting the fire. It's got to be remarkably hot.
It's pretty warm, yes, sir.
I know. I've talked to Andy about it before, and that's something else. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We got more to go over this, so we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Sitting here with Aaron and Josh with the Florida Forest Service, and they work really hard, and it's such a vocation that we just need help in, and then they do the job, then got all these extra things they're doing, and for good causes. And let's go back to this poster we had, and we're gonna show, this is Operation Outdoor Freedom Run. And Outdoor Freedom, on the bottom right there, outdoorfreedomrun.redpodium.com.
Just sign up right there. You just type that on in.
It'll
take you right to it.
Okay, and we're going to show now. We also the month after, a couple months later, we got this coming up too. Josh, tell us about it.
This is the first bass tournament that we have put on. It's going to be at White City. It's going to be $200 a boat and $20 big fish from safe daylight to 3. I'll be there at 3 in the morning to start doing the registrations. But as you see it, 2,000 for first, 1,000 for second, and 500 for third. That's based off of a 35 boat show up.
And we'll talk about this some more down the line as we get closer to it. May have Josh come back on, but when we put on tournaments and all, you got to get there at 3 o'clock. People don't know all the extra work unless you actually do it. Okay, now we've got some pictures here. Okay, let's share these pictures. What I want to talk about. Okay, right here. What's going on here?
So, Outdoor Freedom got 660 acres that joins up the Pine Log State Forest, and on that 660 acres it had a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house, and it was in pretty rough shape. And we when we got it, and we luckily come up with some funds and generous donations, and we was able to remodel the house.
Wow. Well, y'all actually went in there. Y'all could have done a TV show remodeling this.
It took us a while, but and it's done. But there's never a project done, you know.
That's true. Is that a pond in the backyard?
Yes, sir. It has an artesian flowing well on it that goes into a pond, and then that pond actually drains into about a 5 or 6 acre flooded cypress.
Oh, how cool!
It's a beautiful place.
We want to get up there. We're going to take Panhandle Outdoors up there and look at that house.
Yeah. Sure.
And that's where we'll be housing the veterans, and that's us and the volunteers and everybody that had a hand in making that project happen.
How cool is that? You know, on this show we always talking about do something good for someone else, and y'all certainly did right there. So, look, is that Andy Cobb in there anywhere?
No, sir, Andy Cobb ain't in there.
He went fishing, I bet. Okay, this picture right here.
Yes, we also had a bunch of volunteers from Tyndall Air Force.
Cool. I know they enjoyed that, I bet.
Oh yeah.
So that's a great thing. So this house is used for what?
The house is used for any events that we have, as far as hunting, fishing. Like we have a kayak event coming up on Pine Log Creek. They're going to go from the baptism hole down to the house.
Yeah.
Because the house actually has frontage of Pine Log Creek with its own boat ramp and everything. So
Cool.
they're gonna kayak down the creek, and then right after that, we have a offshore fishing trip that had been donated. So they'll stay there for that too. And the property is ideal for hunting. They is
Yeah.
hunting, fishing, you name it, you could do it. I mean, there's plenty of hogs and deer on the property out there.
I know, you know that too, and we talk about that. We talk about Pine Log, about fishing a creek a lot on a Friday fishing forecast. Also, those trails, were they okay after the hurricane, or did y'all have to clean them up a little bit? I wouldn't know trails before the hurricane.
We had to do some cleanup on them for sure,
yeah,
but
I think all of them did.
yeah.
What about now, what forest are you at?
So I'm at Point Washington State
So
Forest.
y'all pretty close to each other
Relatively, yes, sir.
right now. Which one got the biggest job?
They're about the same.
Yeah.
What's your typical hours of working for the Forestry Service? Is there such a thing?
7 to 4 normally, but
Yeah.
if there's a fire, you'll get home when you get
When
home.
you get home,
You
yeah.
get-
Job's not done till it's done.
That's right. Okay, well, what kind of outdoor stuff y'all enjoy doing? Josh,
I'm a outdoorsman. You name it, I'll do it.
you're out of bass fish.
Yes, sir.
And your mom and dad live with pretty close to me, and I see all those boats in their backyard. Y'all, and I was riding a bike the other day. He came by with a boat. I'm riding a bike. He just going fishing, and here I am riding a bike. But you enjoy that, don't you?
Yes, sir. Anything outside, or especially in a boat, I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And Aaron, what kind of outdoor stuff you enjoy?
I'm into everything. Not the fishing part though, but I'm into hunting. I'm into riding bikes and running. A lot of running. So
You do a lot of running.
yes, sir.
Good for you. Good for you. Can you get Josh to run with you?
I try to, but it doesn't work out too often.
Okay, listen, on these fundraisers, we want to make sure that y'all know about them, and we got one right around the corner, then we got that one in October. It's all going toward good causes. So make sure, we'll mention time or two again. We appreciate y'all coming on. Now, I always ask, what's the most challenging part? When people on here, when they have their jobs, what's your most challenging part of y'all's jobs? What's some of the hardest things y'all have to do? Is it actually fighting the fire, or just out there physically doing all this stuff, or getting everything ready? What are some hard things y'all have to do?
To me, I think the hardest thing is the anticipation of waiting on something to happen. You know? like when you know it's a bad fire weather day. I think that's the hardest part, sitting around or waiting on it to happen.
Yeah. You know it's going to happen sooner or later. Hopefully later. Most of our forest fires around here, how many of them are man-made compared to natural-made, like lightning? Most of them are people burning trash in, like when I hear these big ones.
What's the percentage? Like 86 or so percent?
What is it?
80. I think it's around 86% is a good number of it's human caused.
Human caused.
Yes,
Okay,
sir, yeah.
That's a good answer to that, because I've been curious about that, because we see lightning a lot, but it's not. It usually don't cause it.
No, lightning's less than 10%.
That's
of
interesting.
it. Yes, sir.
I love statistics like that. Human caused, probably burning trash in the backyard. You still have the ones throwing the cigarettes out there? They still
Yes,
have
sir.
that?
They still have that. It'll
on.
happen.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
The most common one is to me is people dragging chains, like your chains for your trailer.
Really?
Yeah, because it'll light so many fires, like the grass on the side of the road. By the time the fire department has got to these three, that fifth and sixth one's already
No
made it
kidding.
through.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that driver don't know. He just keeps on driving
Yeah.
down the road, and that chain just
And the sparks are coming.
keeps on lighting fires.
That's something we all need to work on. I need to go home and check my chains. I don't think they drag, but a lot of times, when you hook your boat up and all, you don't pay attention to that chain.
Yep.
I like to cross it. I like to
Yes,
cross
sir.
mine.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons. It always makes it stronger. Well, we're going to take a break. We're going to get on out of here, but I appreciate we got another segment coming up now. It's not over. We got appreciate y'all coming here, and make sure call Andy Cobb. Make sure he's working, not taking a nap.
Yeah, we'll do.
I'll
We'll
tell
do.
him his coach wanted to check on him. Make sure. But thank you so much.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We're looking forward to helping y'all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, folks, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Our guest in this segment, Captain Kevin Lanier, came up from Mexico Beach. Thank you.
Thank you, Winston.
Appreciate having you. Been on before. He knows a lot about fishing. We're going to talk about the Mexico Beach fishing tournament this weekend for the Artificial Reef Association. So let's get started.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds great.
Have you been catching a lot of fish?
Yeah, we've been catching a lot of fish. Snapper bite's gotten a lot better, a little more consistent. Kings still haven't really shown up. I'm beginning to wonder if they're going to, but we'll see.
And I asked him off air, how about the cobia? And what do you think the answer is?
They're not there.
See, over and over again, we've talked about it on the show, and that's exactly what's going on. We just don't have any. So here's we've showed you the cover before, coming up this coming weekend. And okay, so tell us about it.
All right, well, Captain's Party kicks off on Friday, Friday the 28th, 5 o'clock. Registration closes down at 6, and this is all Central Time. But the Captain Party runs till 8 o'clock. Great food. We got a lot of raffle prizes to give away this year. A lot of really impressive things that have been donated. You can start fishing. The open division begins Saturday morning at midnight 01.
Okay.
And then the recreational side opens up at 5 a.m. So that's when you can start fishing. Our weigh-in opens at 3 p.m.
Okay.
And weigh-in, you got to be in line no later than 6, and we'll have a marshal at the end of that line.
Good. You have that window between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock to check in. Now, that weigh-in is open to the public, and a lot of people come in there and they get buy all kinds of shirts and all kinds of stuff, right?
Right. Yeah, you can buy a T-shirt, support the cause. All the money raised in this tournament goes to the Mexico Beach Artificial Reef Association, and we're well over 300 structures in the area.
Wow. How's the, so far, a lot of people been registering? Is it good registration so far?
Yes, you can register online right now. We've got, I think, 40 registered, pre-registered. We're expecting probably around 100 boats.
Wow.
And weather looks really good for the weekend.
Yeah. So I know you're excited about it now. Your boat is called a Cat 5, and how did you get that name?
It is a 32-foot World Cat catamaran, and we bought it right after Hurricane Michael, and so we thought it was very appropriately named.
That's very appropriate, very appropriate. And most of your customers coming out of South Georgia, you think? Or?
South Georgia, Alabama, we get a few from the upper Midwest, Missouri, stuff like that. So yeah, we get customers from all over.
Yeah. Now, are you going to fish the tournament you yourself? Are y'all going to fish it?
The boat's going to fish the tournament, but I'm on the board, and so I'm not going to fish the tournament. We need some impartial judges in case something happens.
Well, that's true. That's true. It's always exciting. It always amazes me, this tournament, you got a couple of kingfish and average size, all of a sudden a couple of smokers, what we call smokers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They show up. And what are some of the weights that have been winning in years past? Been 40-something pounds?
We've been in the 40s. You're going to have to catch a 30-pound plus fish to be in the top 5, I believe.
Okay.
And last year, the neat thing was the girl that won the tournament, it was the very first tournament she ever fished in, very first kingfish she ever caught.
So see, it could happen to anyone. The very first time.
Oh, absolutely. And don't forget, there's divisions for ladies, there's divisions for kids. So like last year, a lady caught the biggest fish, so she won a double prize.
Oh, that's right. Two big prizes.
Absolutely.
And the kids, for what, 12 under, 16 under or something?
16 under. It's the license requirement.
Oh, that is cool. You think most of folks they're going to be trolling? You think they're going to be fishing structure? That's always,
Well, the funny thing is last year's fish was caught in 20 feet of water.
No way.
Yes, it was caught not far off the beach. And
that big fish was caught in 20 feet of water?
Yep, that big fish was caught in 20 feet of water. So, I would say do what you always do. I always try not to change my tactics during the tournament.
Yeah.
Just do what you always do.
You hit the nail on the head as far as what fishermen do. Whatever works for you, you keep doing it.
Right, absolutely.
And you don't change up. And then the live bait, there's going to be plenty of live bait available, you think, for folks, or do you know?
Well, live bait around the buoy line, we've had a lot of cigar minnows, a lot of buoy runners and things like that. You get out in the 100-foot section and you're going to find grunts and things like that. But you know as well as I do, a live cigar minnow or a live blue runner is going to be your money.
We fished the Sequoia tournament, that's why we call it a live blue runner. And that's the ticket right there.
Absolutely. Make sure that you put that stinger hook on, because you'd be amazed at how many big kings I've caught with that little bitty trump hook.
Isn't that something? It's not that big.
Oh no, it's tiny. I mean, you can put the ones we use. You can lay it in the palm of your hand, and it looks tiny.
That's a great fishing tip, just in general, when you're doing that kind of thing. What pound test line do you like to use?
I use 80-pound braid,
Okay.
and we run anywhere from 80 to 100-pound monoliter. Okay. And when we're targeting kings or on our flat lines, we put about a 12-inch piece of wire with a single hook on the front and a treble on the back, about 4 inches behind it.
Okay. How've the sharks been this year?
Worst I've ever seen it.
No kidding.
Earliest I've ever seen it. Normally we see the sharks, they show up in July when that water gets really warm. But this year we were in 80-degree water in June already, and every day we go out, we move 3 or 4 times to get away from sharks.
Wow. Yeah, have you seen some big ones out there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had them swim by the boat, 8, 10, 12 feet long.
Ooh. You're not that far from shore at times either, are you?
No, it's surprising. It really is surprising.
All right, we got about a minute or so left. What else you got on this tournament? We're just register online.
Yes. You can register online up till I think it's Friday morning.
Okay.
Then you have to register in person. There are advantages. You get a little discount for an early registration. We have a junior division. That first prize is $500. We got a ladies division, which I'm sponsoring, $500 and a custom-built fishing rod from Rain Shadow Rods.
Thank you.
Open division is for anybody that has a boat that's over 26 feet.
Okay.
And anybody that's ever fished professionally has to be in the open division. Under 26 feet, recreational division. And there are 2 separate prize categories for those.
Very good. And if they don't fish, they're welcome to come look at the weigh-in and just come open to the public.
The weigh-in's open to the public.
Yeah,
if you want to make a donation and join us for dinner, you can do that. Buy a T-shirt. All the money goes to the the Reef Association.
Doing something good with that. We appreciate you getting up early and driving over here. I know you got all kinds of things to do, but we appreciate it. So thank Captain Kevin.
Anytime, Mr. Winston. Anytime.
Captain Kevin Lanier, the Cat 5 catamaran. How big is it?
It's 32 foot, and we're saltwater excursions if you're looking for a charter out of Mexico Beach.
That's a good point. Now, if you could put a crowd on there, just ride around and different things. How many people can you get on there?
Well, legally on a fishing trip, we can carry 6 people plus crew. So
right.
we have a good time.
Thank you. Thank you all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate the viewership. Do something good today for your fellow man. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.